With the latest chapters of Tokyo Ghoul Re in mind, we as readers are now finding ourselves asking one singular question. That question being, how long does Tokyo Ghoul Re have before it reaches its end? Now, without proper context, it's going to seem like a very, very weird and just very overall kind of like out of the blue question to ask. So, with hopes of adding context to this question, let's go ahead and take a look at the latest in Tokyo Ghoul Re. Now, one of the most standout type things that we've seen within the recent chapters took place when Suzuya mentioned that he's beginning to feel how he did during the time where we saw the raid on Anteku, also known as the final arc of Tokyo Ghoul Part 1. Now, when taking this feeling into account, we are seemingly entering a new arc within Tokyo Ghoul Re, and keeping in mind what Suzuya said, along with the fact that there's a lot of components that Tokyo Ghoul Re is currently exhibiting that parallel that of components of Tokyo Ghoul, more specifically components Tokyo Ghoul exhibited near the end, near its conclusion. What are the odds of Tokyo Ghoul Re coming to an end soon? I'm going to say it's plausible and actually could happen relatively soon. However, if Ishida were to close the curtain on Tokyo Ghoul Re in the next 10, maybe even 20 chapters, that's definitely not enough time to flush out all that needs to be addressed within Tokyo Ghoul and Tokyo Ghoul Re. We still don't know a lot about the Tokyo Ghoul world, which is why it's highly likely that Tokyo Ghoul Re's ending would act as a catalyst for yet again another part of Tokyo Ghoul, a sequel, if you will, to Tokyo Ghoul Re. And on top of that, it would be very hard to flush out an entire arc within only 10 to 20 chapters. Moreover, the arc that acts as the conclusion to Tokyo Ghoul Re. Then again, though, we did see Ishida do the exact same thing within Tokyo Ghoul Part 1. Now, Tokyo Ghoul's final arc is roughly made up of somewhere between 10 to 20 chapters or so, and the final arc actually started around where we find ourselves right now within Tokyo Ghoul Re as far as the chapter's number goes. So, as I said before, it's not a huge stretch to say that Tokyo Ghoul Re could be entering its final arc. On top of that, when looking at the parallels, Tokyo Ghoul has a total of 9 story arcs when leaving out the epilogue, which is one singular chapter, so it's not that big, and Tokyo Ghoul Re is seemingly rounding up on its 8th arc, going into its 9th arc. As of now, we're currently watching as Kaneki is attempting to find his bearings with the new organization he founded known as GOAT, which is attempting to bring about a lifestyle where both ghouls and humans can live in harmony with one another and live aside one another in day-to-day lives. While Kaneki wants to live side by side with humans, though, the CCGs stand in his way, and this desire to live side by side with humans and live as equals will very likely end up being the catalyst for some sort of war between the CCG and GOAT. Now, even though the CCG may essentially be the biggest power blocking the path to a world of peace and harmony between humans and ghouls, the CCG is actually beginning to waver to a certain extent, in the sense that people are now beginning to question what the CCG's true intents are and what's going on behind the scenes of the CCG, stuff that even CCG members don't truly know about. Now, Furuta is one of the main characters and main people causing problems within the CCG as far as we can tell, and he's one of the people causing members of the CCG to really question if they're truly fighting for the right cause as being part of the CCG, and Furuta's power over the CCG has only added on to the insult of injury. So with this in mind, in the very near future, I see members of the CCG definitely jumping ship, some of which who will probably even end up joining up with Kaneki and attempting to bring peace to ghouls and humans and allow them to live in harmony. Mainly people like Suzuya, who is one of the people that we've seen question the CCG and their methods. However, in no way will this be enough to bring the CCG down, in return allowing for humans and ghouls to live amongst one another in harmony and peace, as I've said plenty of times already. A war is definitely going to have to take place, a huge war at that, and only through brute force would the agenda of the organizations like GOAT be really met. With that being said, I believe that an absolutely huge component of the next part of Tokyo Ghoul will be this questioning of power. People from the CCG questioning if they're really fighting for what is truly right, and their morals, they're questioning their morals, and some may end up even jumping ship and leaving the CCG to work with people like Kaneki. So far, we've had 2 parts of Tokyo Ghoul that have established the 2 sides sides of the war that is inevitably brewing right now. Tokyo Ghoul Part 1 focusing on the ghouls and how they're oppressed by the CCG, while Tokyo Ghoul Re has focused more on the side of the CCG and humans and really fleshed out the CCG organization. Now, Part 3 will inevitably focus heavily on the war between the two sides coming together, and as said before, could even show some members of one side jumping ship to join the other side. Now, when it comes to how Tokyo Ghoul Re will actually end as far as the final events within the final chapters go, I believe that we'll once again exhibit a parallel between Tokyo Ghoul Part 1 and Tokyo Ghoul Re. With this in mind, I see Tokyo Ghoul Re ending in a death, a very impactful death at this. However, this time around, it will be an actual death, and this time around, Kaneki will not be the one who dies. At the end of the day, someone close to Kaneki will die within this supposed final arc that we're currently entering. In fact, the person who's actually closest to Kaneki at this current point in time is who I believe will die. I believe that Toka, if anybody, will be the person to die in the final chapters of Tokyo Ghoul Re, as Tokyo Ghoul Re is meeting its end. Now, Toka is debatably the closest person to Kaneki at this current point in time, and everyone knows that Toka has exhibited numerous death flags throughout the duration of Tokyo Ghoul Re, specifically within the recent chapters of Tokyo Ghoul Re. If Toka is to die, I do believe her death will take place during one of, if not the final chapter of Tokyo Ghoul Re, and this will be a major point in the story, much like the supposed death of Kaneki back in Tokyo Ghoul Part 1, major enough to where Ishida can say to himself that it's time to enter the third part of Tokyo Ghoul. And within this new storyline, we'll watch as the world is torn to shambles with a war between humans and ghouls. I'm of the belief that Furuta will be one of the major, if not the biggest antagonist of the storyline, and of course Kaneki will be leading this movement consisting of both humans and ghouls, with the common ideology that humans and ghouls should be able to live together in peace and harmony. This is why I believe Tokyo Ghoul Re will end, and where the sequel of Tokyo Ghoul Re will pick up from. With that being said, tell me what you guys think in the comment section of this video. Like this video if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you're new. Peace.